It's the month of June, and we're talking about fishing high-pressured public ponds, getting it done, and how to catch big ones in the month of June, and what lure should you be using. Now, in high-pressured public ponds, June really starts to pick up on that pressure. Kids get off of school, kids get out of college, and everybody's flocking to the ponds. They get overcrowded, and they get really overfished. But I'm here to tell you, you can still catch bass, and I mean big ones, all day long, son, in the month of June in these high-pressure public ponds. And the one lure that outshines most lures in the month of June is going weightless. Yes, sir. Now, when I go weightless, I've talked about it a lot. I've been doing it for over 35 years, and typically I go with the Berkeley Power Worm Tequila Sunrise. It's the only color I use. It just gets it done. Like I said, 35 years of fishing the Tequila Sunrise, going weightless, and we're going to break it down about reasons why you want to go weightless in the month of June. And the other one is a creature bait. Now, I prefer the Pit Boss, but there's so many different brands out there. You could really go, when you go weightless, really the options are limitless on what you want to throw. For me, I'm a Berkeley guy. I love the scent. I think bass hold on to it, and it just gets it done. But again, you could use whatever lure or whatever soft plastic that you like. Crush City, Guggen, Strike King, they're all out there. But when we talk about weightless, and we're talking about pressured public ponds, especially in the month of June, when they get really high pressured, it's all about slowing it down. They become finicky. There's a reason why we call it pressure. The bass become finicky. They hold tight to structure. And the one thing that I want to stress is that they do not want to chase. They want something easy. And when you're bringing that weightless at that natural fall, you're bringing it through that strike zone. You're giving them the opportunity. You're putting it right in their face. They don't want to work. And when you go weightless, you're checking all the boxes. And when you bring that around, or you bring that across, especially structure, laydowns, boat docks, grass lines, drop-offs, all of those different things, each pond is different. Each pond has its own type of structure. But when you bring a weightless across those structures, bass are finicky and don't want to chase. But when you bring that through, that slow natural fall, you don't overwork it. Tequila Sunrise, yes sir. You're just bringing that. It's so slow, bass can't resist it. Absolutely can't resist it. And when bass can't resist it, it's easy eats. I keep on always saying it's easy eats. Give them something that they eat every single day. It's easy, and that's where the weightless comes into play. Bring it across. I like to cast it out there, and I like to do a tap. Just let it sit out there. Now, when you go in weightless, it's all about having patience. You do not want to overwork it. It's all about the slow presentation. You keep it in a strike zone longer. It's not a big, huge profile. Everybody in these pressure public ponds, they're throwing top waters. They're throwing big, huge, loud baits. But when you downsize and you start to finesse fish and you go weightless, that slow presentation, that natural presentation, I guarantee you, son, catching big ones all day long. Most people struggle starting off in June and the summer months because they don't want to slow it down. I cast it out there. Just cast it out there. And I let it sit. 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Then I start to work it. I can't tell you how many times on that cast, my initial cast, when I just letting it fall, started bringing in my slack and I have a bass on the line. Because it's that natural fall. They don't hit it there. Just tap it. 1, 2, 3. And I tap it as it comes across. I'm not raising my rod tip up. I'm just coming across. 1, 2, 3. and I let it fall. That natural fall is where you get the bites. Watching my line, they'll just grab it and they'll move. Watching my line starts to move. I reel in that slack. Biggin, son. Yes, sir. Same thing with a pit boss. What I like about a pit boss or a creature bait, they're a little bit heavier. You could cast it a little bit further. And you can work a little bit faster, but not much. But you could cover a lot of ground. When I go weightless, I don't fish a whole pond. I'm targeting very specific things. And those things that I'm targeting is structure. Again, if I have some laydowns, shaded areas, drop-offs, if I have a log, a tree, branches, they are pretty much weedless. So even grass lines on top of grass, hydrilla. I love fishing a pit boss around hydrilla. It doesn't get hung up in that hydrilla, and sometimes it'll just float. You know, sometimes it'll be on top, and I just twitch it, and it'll find those pockets hydrilla, and it'll just slowly fall. It's falling into hydrilla. Again, you're giving them something that they do not have to chase. Falls down that hydrilla, they can inspect it. It's natural. It's right in front of their face, and they're like, all right, that's easy, eats. Boom! That's how you do it, son. That's how you do it in the month of June. If you haven't fished weightless, or if you fished weightless, the month of June is all about fishing weightless. These pressured public ponds are going to start getting more busier, more crowded, and all those people, I've been doing it for 35 years. They all fish top waters. They all fish these loud lures. You go in there with a finesse, the weightless, go in there with a weightless, it just gets it done, son. One thing I wanted to add. When you're fishing a power worm or a worm, you want to use a worm hook. I know that might sound silly to you, but you want to fish a worm hook. It's a different hook. When you're going into creature baits, it's an extra wide gap hook. Now I usually go with a 3/0, you go on a 4/0, but that's typically what I use. Just remember, worms, worm hook. You go into creature bait, you want to use that extra wide gap hook. This gets it done. Before we get to the next section, check out the membership. I greatly appreciate it. Join the family, be part of it. It really helps grow the channel. The link is down below. Go check it out. Drop a comment down below. What is your favorite weightless lure to throw in the month of June? And let's have a conversation. Love to have a conversation with you. And let's just help each other out. Getting it done, son. Yes, sir. Give a special shout out to all my members. Always getting it done. Always catching big ones. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate you guys becoming members of the family, getting it done. Yes, sir. All right, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Greg, and thank you for watching Getting It Done Fishing.